Hello, everyone. I'm Anna Hyatt. This is Founder Fireside. Two founders, one honest conversation. Let's get into it. Sujit Menon is here. He runs PixelGram CRM in Brisbane. He has built automation systems for over 100 clients, and he is someone I genuinely respect in this space. Sujit, good to have you here.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me as well. I think I'm one of the first few hosts who you invited for the podcast. So I'm genuinely privileged to be part of this as well. So looking forward to working together, so we already started working, but I'm looking forward to many more chats and many more, work together.
Awesome, Sujit. Before we get into anything business, I would love for people to know who you actually are. What is your story? How did you end up running an agency in Brisbane?
Yeah, it's a short story, but quick, interesting one. So I would say I was born in Kuwait. So, I wasn't born in Australia, but I was born in Kuwait. And then my parents are Indian, working by me. But then I lived half my life in Kuwait, and then I moved here to Australia. So I did my engineering in Kuwait, and then I did my master's in banking finance in Melbourne, Australia. And then I worked in different banks. I was a financial planner for 7 years. So working in that industry, taught me how to build connections, how to meet people. So I do a lot of building my own clients. So that build a relationship, how to build relationship, how to do sales. Marketing was also another passion of mine while I was being a financial planner. But as the time evolved, financial planning industry was more about compliance and selling products more than genuinely helping clients. So it came to a point where the industry was moving in a different direction. So 2018 is when I actually stepped out of the financial planning role. But then what happened, while I was doing financial planning, I was, interested in system and processes because I'm a very logical person, right? So I did system and processes. So I built a system for myself, how to automate this and, how to automate trust. So, I'm a believer of building trust, so I've created a principle of, how do you automate trust, which I'll explain more as well. So what happens is I built a system to myself and I was using it. It was working really well. And then it came point, why do it for myself? Actually, I can just build this for other businesses and then make some money and have some fun along the way. So that's where I started. So I built a CRM system for myself. And then I was like, I have a system which I can actually use the system to help other clients. So 2018, I moved to Brisbane. And then I started this journey of being self-employed, came to a new city with no friends, nobody knew everybody. Side note, I do dancing. So I do West Coast swing dancing. So there was a community here already. So no business or no work, colleagues or acquaintances. So, right. So I was new to the city. I had a dancing community. So, in the personal life, I had friends here, but then started business from scratch. I didn't have any funds much, but started here, Brisbane, and then around like a year before COVID, and then COVID happened, right? So that's when, again, that was the challenge as well. So went through all that, so I still managed to get some clients, all that. And then once, it was moving along. And 2022, when business opened, I think that's when I really got into 100% into it. Because while I was doing COVID, I was doing contract work on the side, to sustain myself because there was less going out and meeting people. But 2022 is when I actually said, okay, now is the time to go all into business. And then I started getting into networking. So I actually went probably 4 to 5 times a week. I was actually going to networking groups like BNI, PX, pretty much I'm still part of all those. And then from there is where I started building that systems with more real world experience kind of thing, building businesses. So it came to a point, then I started building clients. And then along the way, I was also building my SEO as well. So it came to a point where now all my clients either come through SEO or I have the relationships from my networking. So that's the agency part. And then 2022, again, that's when I met. So I was building websites. I was doing Zoho. I was doing a bit of HubSpot. But then 2022 is when I actually got introduced into Go High Level. And then that was the game changer. So when I saw Go High Level, that's it. That's like, it has everything what I want. Like, it's an agency I own. I have control over. I can build system, customize it myself. I don't have to go through approval process with HubSpot to make any changes. And, I don't have to pay here. I'm in control. I can sign up my own client. I can choose the price. And, I can build websites. So everything I do, Go High Level just offered. Like, Go High Level, what you see today is not the same Go High Level what you have. But the potential, the business model, the what you can build with it was just immense. So I still haven't seen now a lot of businesses are copying Go High Level business model, but it was a game changer for somebody, an agency who wanted to build something. So, I got into Go High Level 2022, used my networking and, build my systems and process with the Go High Level. So I have a full custom system which you can use for, getting through networking or through ads or all that. So started that agency 2022 to 2024. It's been an interesting journey. Here we are. So, and then I've been certified with Go High Level since late 2024. And that's when it took off another level because, I started getting, because I was one of the first few certified Go High Level admins or experts. I think I was the third or fourth in Australia.
I see.
And then, so with using that leverage and then being part of Go High Level. So before it was a white label CRM, that's how I used to promote it. But 2024, I said, okay, no, I'm a Go High Level expert. Started promoting myself at Go High Level. So I'm riding the wave of Go High Level by itself. And then, that's how I met you. That's how I met other referral partners because, they're looking for Go High Level experts. And then we connected. And I also I think we met through the Facebook group, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I own or run the largest Australian Go High Level Facebook group as well.
Awesome. Yes, definitely. I'm
Getting
proud
me
of it.
connected. So, yeah, and here we are. Here we are now talking. With going through that journey.
Yeah, such a great place to connect. And thank you so much for sharing your story and your journey. I was not aware you started your business in 2022. And it's a surprise to me, and the growth is absolutely mind-blowing. And I'm sure all those people who are listening to you, they must be, this is so inspiring for everyone. So tell me one thing, what is the thing about running an agency that nobody warns you about before you start?
The one thing I would say is, again, the amount of time it takes. So when you onboard a new client, right? So here's the thing about software. Now, the thing about software is, or any systems or processes, you got to make it easy for them. Now, the thing is, if anybody starts hating a software, it's next to impossible to get them back into the thing. So one thing about the agency, I would say, when you onboard a client, you have to go above and beyond to make them sure they log in, they start using the system. Because there's no point you build the system in the world or giving them the most fanciest tools and all stuff, but unless they log in and start doing clicks and moving things around, nothing's going to happen, right? So you got to. So initially, also, they will be wary of paying a lot of money as well because they're not aware what they're getting. So you have to, especially when you're in an agency where it's a long-term relationship and it's a long-term game, you have to I usually charge lesser and invest 10 times more time what I charge. I spend more time than what they pay me. And then I spend the first 3 months nurturing them, teaching them how to do it, to make sure they log into the system, follow up as much as you can. And then I would say, after 3-4 months, that's when you start seeing the results, They start seeing the outcome. And then that becomes kind of passive, but, you still have to maintain relationship. That's what most agency, they end up with a lot of churn. So they sign up a lot of clients, they don't look after the clients, they end up signing out. And then it's that vicious cycle of chasing new clients, instead of, there's a principle they say, right? 80% of your client business comes from 20% of your clients.
Absolutely.
So I would say focus more on the 20% than getting that new clients, So that's one thing I would say, agency owners, focus on your existing clients, grow from there.
Awesome. And so you have built systems for over 100 businesses. When you look at what is happening across your client base, what is the biggest gap you keep seeing between the traffic agencies drive and the results clients actually get?
Yeah, with that, so I am pretty much so. There's three processes when it comes to system and processes, right? First is the lead generation, right? That's where the ads, SEO, happens. The second part is the lead nurturing. And the third part is where you actually, for a business owner, you actually implement and do these things. Now, there's a disconnect everywhere in the business. There's a lot of marketing companies saying, oh, we'll get you leads. And then there's also the system and process the business have to do for their delivering there to their clients. So what is happening is with marketing is, and then what's happening, they get you a lot of leads. Business owners, what they don't do is they don't follow up with their leads. And then what happens is the business owners end up complaining to the marketing agent saying, oh, they're all, the clients are not good. They're not converting. They're not paying. So, and the marketing company, they're complaining, oh, we're giving all this leads. It's all good quality. So there's a lot of chicken and egg back and forth happening. So this is where I come in is I build the system and processes for the lead nurturing. So I build the system so that the business owner, I make them accountable saying, are you following up? They get to see like a dashboard. Okay, what are the numbers? What are you following up? And I can give these numbers back to the marketing guys. And then they can, again, go back and see, okay, what's working, what's not. Right? So what is missing with most businesses is the middle one. They need something or someone to actually look into the middle part of lead nurturing so that the business owner is happy with the outcome and the marketing agencies are happy with getting the right leads.
How can your customers increase their conversion from website traffic?
Good. Now, this is where I'll have to spill my secret now, right? You're asking for the secret sauce. All right, no, that's good. So here's the secret sauce. So,
I mean, you can just talk about the philosophy, or what do you think?
No, it's not the philosophy. It's the system, right? So, it's out there. It's just I'll tell you that it's just the secret is I would say is there's a principle called. It's released by Google, right? So it's not a research I made it up, or it's not something I found, right? But it's a research actually done by Google. Okay, so there's a principle called 7-11-4. Okay, it's called 7-11-4. Now, what that means is for somebody to actually trust you. Okay, now be it business, be it personal, be it family, be it dating, or this is a principle you can use for everyday life. Now, if you meet somebody new, to build trust, all you have to do is engage with them for 7 hours at 11 touch points at 4 different locations. Okay, I'll repeat that again. 7 hours of engagement, 11 touch points at 4 different locations. That's how much it takes for somebody, a stranger, to actually trust you and do some business or interact with you. Now, when I say 7 hours, now I'm not telling you to do 7 hours, to go sit in a room, lock them up and speak to them for 7 hours. It's 7 hours over a period of time. It can be one Zoom call, it can be a phone call, face to face. It accumulates. It's 7 hours. Now, you can do that 7 hours in 1 year, 6 months, or you can even do it in 1 week. Now, you don't want to do it in a week, but that can be creepy, right? If you do 7 hours and try to stop them, that can be a bit creepy, but try to be consistent or spread it over time. I think the magic number is 3 months. 2 to 3 months, if you can get that 7 hours there, and then have that 11 touch points. So when I say 11 touch points, it can be an email, it can be a phone call, it can be a SMS. Somebody talking about you. Everything's a touch point. If they see a social media post, right, that's a touch point. Right? Like yourself, Anna, like you post every day, right? When they see their post, that's a touch point. When you do a call, that's a touch point. So it's that 11 touch points and then 4 different locations. Now, in this day and age, you don't expect, to see that at 4 different locations because everybody lives on the internet. Now it's like the second home. But again, Facebook is a location, right? And LinkedIn is a location. Face to face, a phone call, again, it's a location. So you just have to have that touch point. So if we implement that 711 that's when the conversion happens. So what I use for my principle is, if I meet somebody new, I build system and process, say, okay, how much of the 711 process have you implemented on your new leads or your contacts or your prospects, right? Have that tracking thing, be accountable. Once you're at the end of 711 you decide, is this person worth my time to engage with? I'm not saying they're a bad person, but do you want to spend time to engage with them for business or so, right? And then move on to the next one. So that's how you build your database. And then give that database saying, okay, once you finish your 711 this is a good client for potential later, and send them back to your marketing guys for retargeting or not, right? You put in that invest. If you see like that person in 711 then start. So build that database at the start when you're new to business or have a new product. Get as much as you can, do your 711 clean that list up, and then start retargeting and, working on it. That's why you get your feedback on the thing. So I build the system and process. My core is 711 right? Go High Level is a tool, right? Go High Level is a tool which helps me to implement the 711 automated or in an automated way. So, there's
That's
the website,
an awesome
there's
response.
social media, all that.
I'm sure so many people who are listening to you, it's very good it's quite informative, and this is something they can implement as well. And when clients come to you frustrated, what are they usually blaming, and what is actually going wrong?
The first trend I would say is, end of the day, software is software, right? It's like a car. You can't expect it to run. Things can break along the way. So if you click something can break as well. But the important thing is, like, as an agency owner or marketing is, if a client has an issue, is first thing is acknowledge it. The second thing is respond as soon as you can. Because it's not about for them is they have issue with the software. It's about being heard. And also how fast you can respond and, acknowledging that, so as long as you respond quick, no matter what times. I'm known for that. Like, if a client has a problem and they're surprised, sometimes they message me at 11 o'clock thinking I'll respond yesterday, I'll just respond immediately. And I find that it might take you only a few seconds or few minutes to do it, right? So once that's over, the sooner you respond to them and follow up and fix it, the client appreciate that. They really appreciate that quick response time. So that's the gap most people have. So if you want to get into the agency thing and you're running, you have to be in that position of actually responding and fixing clients kind of thing. So just tell them, if it can't be fixed within a day, give them a timeline. Say, it'll be fixed in 3 days. Clients understand. As long as you're not keeping them in the dark and, so as long as you tell the truth and give them a estimated time, I would say 98% of them are understanding. Right? There's always an odd person, but they're always understanding. So it's just responding and acknowledging and finding solutions,
So I hear this from so many agencies. Businesses spend thousands driving traffic, but the website itself is basically an empty store with no one at the front door to respond to them. It's like a digital brochure. Do you see that we can increase a touch point there, or how do you think we can improve the web visitor experience?
You got a point there. Now, see, like what you said, I would say 90% of the business websites now are just like a brochure. There's no interactive part of it, right? And that's where Knock Knock app helps, right? So the Knock Knock app is where it's a very important part of that 711 right? So if you just have a website coming there, it takes you longer to achieve your 711 right? When you have that personal touch and when you have that video in, and that's why I'm a fan of Knock Knock app, because you have that instant touch point of, so when you have that Knock Knock app into a website, it turns into a location, right? It in the 711 part of it turns into a location instead of being a touch point, right? When you have a website chat widget, or when you make it an interactive thing, and becomes a location. Otherwise, it's just a touch point. A website is just a touch point to happen. So you want to have that location thing, and that's when you have that, it gives that, when you let people know you respond quick, when they come to a website and you are out there to answer the question, AI responses as well, but then having that human factor is where it pushes people from that finishing point. They all get stuck at that 80%. The last 20% is where majority of the business owners lack, and that's where Knock Knock app, where you can actually track what's happening on the website. You can respond to your client and get you feedback as well. So to improve your 704.
So thank you so much. That is so assuring. Tell me, when you first saw Knock Knock, what was that moment like? I remember your face on that onboarding call. You said something like, "This changes everything." What clicked for you?
Thing is, there are similar apps out there, right? So I think I forgot the name of the apps. I don't use it. So I used to build Shopify apps. There were apps which used to do tracking and all those things with heat maps and stuff. But your thing is you integrated with Go High Level, because my tech stack is 99% Go High Level, because I'm Go High Level first and everything else, right? So when you bought something like this in Go High Level, I was a fan of those apps before, but I build all my websites in Go High Level. The clients come, it's all Go High Level. So I try to minimize try to use less tech stack, external tech stacks, and add complications. So when you bought the Knock Knock to Go High Level, I was like, there you go. And me being, like I said, I'm a big user of 704. I constantly look for things which can actually reduce the friction of the 704, right? So Knock Knock app fits perfectly into it. So when I said that, and then your pricing is pretty, when you, as an agency, if you have enough clients, it's very affordable. No, that's it. So that actually fits into all Go High Level. Now it's just for yourself. It's just a matter of putting that information out there, letting the agencies use it for a while, and then it becomes a no-brainer, right?
So what specifically made you think this could work for your clients? I understand you are, you're really enjoying the Go High Level integration and white label part. But what is there which feature do you think that can really help your client achieve great results?
Most important thing is using something like Knock Knock app reduces the time it achieves 704. Right? When you're doing, like, if it's just a website and a brochure, it takes you probably 8 months. So when you have this something like Knock Knock, or you get feedback what's happening on people, it gives you live feedback on what you need to do to reduce the time. So that, everybody uses 711.4 in a way, but the question is, how soon can you achieve your 711.4? You can do it in 8 months, or you can do it in 3 months. But the sooner you do, if you have 1,000 clients and you do that in 3 months, you're achieving, because it's in business, it's all about speed and execution. Yeah. Right? So a lot of business owners, they lose out because they have no speed. There's a lot of indecision. So Knock Knock helps with the speed of execution and getting live feedback and improving your systems and processes.
So do you agree that this builds trust quite fast? When I was building Knock Knock, the first thing that came in my mind was the human-to-human interaction. AI came later on because I think it can make the whole process really efficient, because you don't want to talk to everyone visiting your site, only the one who are interested one or genuine buyers. Would you agree that this helps in building trust?
So this is, like I said, this is the last mile, which pushes people to the next step. Now, AI is all happening. It's a good gatekeeper in a way to, like you said, to what do you call the time wasters? You want to filter out the time wasters. But having something like phone. So another way of, instead of using Knock Knock, they could actually pick up the phone and call the client too, right? If they put the lead, but this gives that extra element of, having that live feedback, right? It's not just the video also. It's just a matter of, look, the recordings you have on, the website visits. That gives you to see what they clicked, what they do. Before you contact the client, you get to see what are the pages they visit, and gives you that extra edge before you actually close the client, because you know what questions they're looking for, right? And you know what to fix on your website, so somewhere it's more of a feedback tool than more of closing the client, because you don't want to be you might get hundreds of leads, and not everybody you want to talk to as well, but it's more important is the feedback you get on the interaction clients do with your product and your website.
Okay, so thank you for that. Next question, be honest with me. when you first heard of it, was there any concern, anything you were skeptical about, any concern that came in your mind?
One thing maybe is I don't know how customers or people will feel if somebody comes to the website and then suddenly a video call comes up. Hey, what's it's not you're not like stalking them, but not everybody expects a video call to pop up when they're just randomly browsing the internet. Because like I said, there's a lot of time wasters. You don't have that high intention things.
This is such a valid concern. But this is one of the things that we tested before the launch. And that's where I think AI has revolutionized the world for us. Like AI is actually helping and enabling the human connection. I'm a big fan of it. I think AI should bring humans closer together and it should build the connection rather, building the gap between humans. And one thing which has made Knock Knock successful is enabling AI qualification system. So if you turn your settings on, you should enable AI qualification as a checkpoint where it will talk and gather in important information, which will only filter out the good one. And then you can speak to the more promising clients.
Yeah, I agree. That's it. So it'll get better on time. Like I said, AI is new. People are still scared of it, but then the more they use it, the more get exposed to it, they get comfortable, right? So it's like anything new, So no, there's good things happening for sure. Yeah, I see good things with it.
So you are at early stage. How are you planning to roll this out to your clients?
It's just a matter of nurturing those clients and reminding them there's a tool like that, As long as that's there, that's where the trick is.
So how do you plan to pitch it to your own clients? Like, how would you explain the value without getting too technical? How do you think it can help them?
I have a few clients who are good at follow-ups, right? So I know clients who are good at responding. So that's where I started. So those are the clients I know who when they get their lead, they just jump on it and start calling. And, I have set up their follow-ups and, all their reminders and all those things set up. And they are using it. So it's more about I'm targeting the clients who are using those system and processes and then introducing them. First, I'm telling them about it and then showing a demo. So it's a nurturing process I'm going through.
So you will be getting a lot of support from us. We are at early stage of working with our agency partners. So it's a lot of work, a lot of content. I have dipped my, head into content creation.
And that's what sets you apart, right? You do the consistency. You're killing the 714 on social media because you're doing it every day consistently, right? It's just you might not see the results you want right now, but that 1% compounding, if you keep doing this, trust me, when that shoots off, you'll be it'll be a point where you can't handle kind of thing. But it's easy to handle, but you're doing that 1% a day, right? And you're the master of it. I haven't seen anybody, even though I preach it, I don't apply it as much as you. You do it subconsciously, right? So it's only a matter of time that you're going to go exponential, if you just keep doing what you're doing,
I really hope so. This will happen.
Yeah.
But how do there is so much noise right now about AI replacing everything, AI receptionist, AI sales people. AI is, everywhere. As someone building automation for real businesses every day, what is your honest take? Is current AI actually good enough to replace a human in sales?
This is I think, the thing with society now, right? Everybody's like, and this is the mistake I think everybody will learn. Everybody's trying to replace humans or, human thing with AI. Now, that's the mistake a lot of people are going to see the results of it. What's happened? The thing with AI is just a tool, right? Now, if you are a salesperson, let's say you're a salesperson. If you're if you're not good at my language, if you're not good at your job and you start using AI, it'll make you 10 times worse. If you're good at your job and you use AI, it becomes 10 times worse. So it's an amplifier. Now, people are looking to replace it, and that's why they're going to start failing. right? I use AI a lot. I build AI, systems for my clients and stuff. Personally, I don't use AI so much. I don't use it. I still like that human thing. I'm on that for my own business. I'm on that wait and watch. I'm building it on the side, but I don't use AI completely because I need to know where I stand and then use my good parts to amplify AI. Right. So at the moment, everybody's just, oh, AI can do that. AI can build websites. No, AI, if you're not good at what you're doing, if you don't know coding, it's going to build you a really bad website. You will end up spending 10 times more correcting your mistakes with what AI made than actually helping you. So I would say is be good at your craft or what you do first and then use AI. Instead of, if you're not good at something, using AI will not actually help your business.
So, it's really assuring for me. I have this firm belief that AI should make the experience more human. Automation should drive connection. Automation should not be built to replace the human connection. So do you agree, or do you think I'm just being naive thinking like that?
No, use AI to, like I said, I'm coming back to the 704. Use AI to accelerate your 711 timeline, 714 timeline, right? So you can make AI to make it like a touch point, right? So increase your touch point. Now with AI and all those things, at 11 touch points, if your business is only digital only, 11 touch points is not enough. And now they're saying our attention has gone so bad. Now it's like 22 to 28 touch points. And this 711.4 is more for physical, real world touch points. So use the AI. So now if you need 22 touch points, use AI for 5 or 6 touch points. Right? You're not using AI to replace the whole process. It's more of what you have is just to speed up and save you more time on on the system and process what you have. Don't use it to replace. No, we are not there yet. It will probably, but when that happens, I don't think there'll be jobs. Money will be irrelevant. Money will be useless by then because robots will be making everything. Productivity will be 100%. Right? So the concept of money, concept of jobs will disappear if that happens. But we are not there yet. Right? So it might be another 5 years, 10 years, or maybe next generation. I don't know. I don't know if you'll see in our lifetime, but sooner than later.
Okay. You have to finish this sentence. I'll throw a sentence half finished and you have to complete it. Most agency owners have no idea that.
I did mention this before, but most agencies have no idea how much time and effort they have to invest in every new client they onboard. Right? So they have to, unless they trust you beforehand. Because like I said, you're that once they sign up, you did your 711.4, they signed up. The trust is not 100% yet. You have to see, you got to get them the outcome as well. So most agency owners I see, especially go high level, they sign up hundreds and hundreds of clients. They end up not investing in the outcome of the client, or they don't follow up, they don't touch base, and they end up losing clients. So they're in that constant wheel of signing up new clients every day, and then they lose the same amount every second week. So my suggestion is stick small, start with small numbers, get that, lock them in, you nurture them, even if it takes a longer time. Once they're your client, then they're their best reviewers and referrals, right? Use those clients to get more clients, right? Use that 80-20 principle. 80% of your money is from that 20%. Instead of focusing on finding that 80% of clients, work on that 20%, get reviews from them, say, hey, give me some more clients from them. Everybody knows each other. Now, here's the thing about 711.4 I didn't mention. The only thing which trumps 711.4, right? If you want to cut off the 711.4 is if somebody actually refers you business. Why? Because that person has done the 711.4 for you, right? So that's why when you go to networking, somebody refers you, that's business. You don't have to do 711.4 as much as meeting somebody new. Like you and me, we met out of the blue, right? So we had to do our 711.4. We've gone more than that, I think. We've reached 711.4 probably sooner than that. So if somebody had referred you, as I mentioned, now if I say Anna, check out Anna's program and all those things with my clients, they trust me. They sign up faster than you talking to those clients. Because I have
Absolutely.
my
Yes.
704, right? So it's a question of, do you want to build, use that 704 with new clients every day? That can be tiring, It's not an easy process. Or use the people you've already trusted and get them to sign up with the clients. Yeah, I mean, which is good. What your approach is, you're building relationship with the agencies, right? You're building, it'll take you some time, but once you build that relationship with the agencies, what you're doing, then you leverage off their clients to sign up. So, and that's when the compounding exponential effect will happen. So I would say when you have like 10 to 15 agency owners in your pocket, or, they trust you, then that's when that power of compounding, and that 15 will become 50, 100, that'll double very quickly.
That's such an awesome advice, Sujit. Thank you so much. I will focus more on relationship building now. This is gold for me. Thank you so much. If you have to fire half of your clients, which half would you like to keep?
Which half would I like to keep? The people who respond to follow-up. So I am very big on follow-ups, right? So if somebody asks me something, I immediately answer. Now, there are clients out there, they come with a request, you follow up immediately, and they take another 5 days to respond, which is right. And then they expect results straight away as well, but they don't give the same kind of respect or feedback back. So
Right.
I would say is get your clients quick, cut the bad clients, because you don't want to spend 80% of your time on the 20% of the bad clients again. Right? So you get your clients, people who are responding, people who acknowledge what you do, they have the same level of respect. Is that? So I made that mistake at the start because I was new to business. I had to do what I had to do to get that money in. But once you're to a stage, cut off the bad clients, people who don't respond. And I do that quickly now. So, I learned that 6-7 months ago, but I was in that position where I could fire clients, but I have fired more clients than I've got more clients recently.
Smart. Really clever.
You either increase the price or, I'm a good slave, but I'm a very expensive slave.
I like it. I like it very much. I think this question is for agency owners. If AI makes most of what agencies do today, what part of your business do you think in your eyes will survive?
I don't think any part of my business will survive with AI, actually. So what will survive is the relationships I build. Because like I said, end of the day, what I'm offering is just tools, and all these are tools. Right? The tools will get replaced. I know robots are going to take over everything. So that world is coming, whether we like it or not. Now, what's going to happen is the tools might change, but it's the relationships what you have, right? So, that will get harder and harder. Building in relationships, having a list of 20 to 30 clients who trust you, that is right. So I would say focus on building that, because that is your biggest asset. Your biggest asset is your domain name. Your biggest asset is your client list, right? If you have these two, no matter what happens, you can easily rebuild on the internet. Right? You have that domain name. If it's ranking on Google, that's worth much more than having $1 million house. Everything is moving digital. So invest in that digital, your brand name online, your domain name, and your client list. Right? So that relationship. So tomorrow, if the business shuts down, Go High Level becomes irrelevant. I can start a new business, and then I can offer them new services and reach out to my existing clients. And they will, because if they like you, they want to spend money with you because they want to spend time with you.
Cool.
Right?
I like it. Yeah, I really like it. Sujit, this has been such a great conversation. Honestly, I really enjoyed this time with you. Thank you for being so open, so honest with your journey. So if you want to connect with Sujit, check out PixelGram CRM. I will put all the links in the description. And if this conversation made you curious about what we are building at Knock Knock, the link is in the description too. We're always looking for agency partners who believe in the same thing we do. AI that makes business more human, not less. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for inviting me again. And like I said, you're the queen of 7 and 4 is what I see. And then I look forward to working, and I'm learning from you as well. Like, the amount of persistence and the consistency you have is next to none. So I look forward to being more inspired and, keep posting in my group, that's keeping it alive.
Thank you so much, Sujit.